Good late afternoon. This is a deck that arrived recently called Tarot of the Golden Wheel. And I won't try to explain much about it. I'm sure there are other videos. Oh, let me get rid of that thumbnail. There. Hello again. You're looking at the Fool card there. Let's try to zoom in. As I continue to try to get away from Fae and Fairy decks, they just keep coming back. This one says something about Russian fairy tales, I think. And I don't know anything about that. There might be other videos out there that are much better from people who live in or near that sort of culture. Okay, right about there is pretty good. So that's the Fool card. I was attracted to it because somehow I'd heard it was watercolor, but I'm not sure that's entirely true. No one ever actually, well, there are a few, but not very many of these artist creators reveal exactly their process. I don't know if that's because they consider it some intellectual property or they just can't be bothered. I don't know which. That's the back. You can see the wheel. There's a lot of what the book calls honey grass on the cards, which looks to me like wheat. You know, like golden wheat, perhaps from some breadbasket area of Russia or I don't know, that area of the world. I guess like the Ukraine would have been at one point in time. Let's zoom back out. These are a little, as you'll see here, these are taller. This is an old blank US Games tarot card that you can buy from them. You can see what it amounts to is it's the same size, but they just added this bit at the bottom for the wording. It'd be nice if they did this for a Waite Smith deck, but got rid of that little black line that's going across there. Then that way I could trim off the words and I would have this nice matte. I don't know what the weight of the card stock is. You know, they don't always disclose as much as they should about these things, in my humble opinion. So there's the Major Arcana. That's an interesting Tower card. I would say, if I was guessing based on what little I do with art, is the backgrounds are mostly the watercolor, and then the characters and the foreground stuff is more digital. But then something like this, almost all of that looks watercolor except the face, the hands. But I guess they could be watercolor too. I don't know. I'm probably belaboring the point. So here comes our first suit, the wands. If I can do this. Oops. Well, I messed that up already. Let's put the cloth in there so we can kind of get rid of the things in the background that are interrupting the things in the foreground. Here again come the wands, all discombobulated. I'm just going to leave them that way, somewhat discombobulated. See if I can't get those in there. This is an odd time of day to shoot this because the sun is just blasting in this window. It's like a perfect day in terms of temperature and a nice strong breeze. So what time of year did I think these kind of look like? Now that looks 100% watercolor. That looks mostly watercolor. I can't really identify with the clothing or how these people are dressed, other than to say, to me, there's some sort of gypsy-like. I don't know. They all seem to have tiny feet. Maybe it's the thing with the boots. Or the perspective. I do like that one. That's nice. That's nice. This has a springtime, I guess. One of the seasons of the year feel to it. Here comes the cups. Or maybe that has a springtime. I don't know. Now I've lost my ability to determine. That's nice. To me. Tiny feet, even when they're not in boots. I'm not getting the tiny feet thing, or I'm just drawn to it for some strange reason. Okay, I'm gonna say that what's coming up is definitely winter. I'm not sure how to make those two into seasons. I'm not even sure why I'm trying, but that's definitely winter, right? Except for Oddball here, who looks to be hopscotching through a field of flowers, poppies maybe, or maybe he's just laying there. Like that, that. Kind of a dragon snake like. That's nice. And the last one, that was what, swords? Here comes wheels instead of pentacles. Definitely summer, right? I would say summer. Because all this wheat, which is kind of throughout the deck, the golden yellowness is kind of throughout a lot of cards. Not seeing anything I like. I'm going to ignore the tiny boots. Interesting dog. Not sure what's going on there. Other than he's wearing 3 wheels. Is he trying to wrestle with the plant? It looks like he has a hammer. The perspective's just, I gotta look at them more. I like this background though. So that was a look at all the cards. This is the box it comes in. Like I say, I wish, this is US Games, I wish they would redo yet another Rider-Waite-Smith, whatever you want to call it, with this particular card stock and a box like this. Because I'd probably keep this box, but I probably won't keep this box, as in keep it out. It's got a purpley inside, which is nice, makes it very tempting to keep. And it does come with a little chunky little white book. Let's see how many pages. Ooh, there's the artist. 83 pages. She's on a rock somewhere. I'm guessing she climbed up a really 10,000 foot mountain to sit on that rock. Maybe not. Mila Losenko? Maybe? She lives in Russia in the Altai territory. I have no idea where that is. It even tells us when she's born. I'm not sure we needed that. There's where I saw watercolor, I guess. Watercolor is her favorite art medium. It would have been nice to see one of these the way she did it, instead of how we usually see them as all digital. There's a spread at the back, the golden wheel, of course. Kind of felt like that was coming. And then an upright and a reverse and a little paragraph, but no pictures again, so you can't like take this book to study with you, I guess, if you need the pictures. And when was it? This year, 2019, of course. And printed and made in China. So that was a quick show, hopefully. No journal to show today that I'm willing to share. So that's a quick show of the Tarot of the Golden Wheel by Mila Losenko or Cinco. So with that, I will say peace.